What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of our weekly podcast. We are batting practice, of course. Before we get too far into it, boys, how are we feeling on this fine Monday night?
Let's go. Andrew, I know you're struggling right now. I'm feeling great because I submitted my Sorare lineups maybe about 2 hours ago because I was feeling confident about them. And I am feeling confident about them, and I think I have some pretty good lineups this week. So, and from a Sorare perspective, I feel like I'm doing all right. But apparently something's going on right now in the Sorare world that is out of our hands and is preventing people from setting lineups. So, Andrew, what exactly is happening over here?
There's glitches on glitches with the site right now. I was able to set my teams. I did not get to set training, but that's okay. We live to fight another day. And yeah, I think it's not a good look for So Rare. But on a positive note for you, takeaways. Whenever you're setting your lineups, always set your priority ones first. You never know, the site could crash. So if you are going to set your lineups, set the most important ones first. I usually do that, and then I didn't follow my own advice this week, and I started with common, which is great. Playing all the scarcities is pretty fun. However, when the site crashed, I just had common teams, and I was just very frustrated with myself that I could potentially not have any good lineups that I was excited for this week. But yeah, John, shout out to John, Sober John. He's going through it right now. The community is putting through the ringer. Oh, he's dropping S words in the
Oh
Discord.
no!
John is
Whoa.
he's dropping.
Whoa!
He's saying his timing was poopy.
Yeah.
Whoa. We're not even gonna get an E for this. That's
Jeez.
bad.
It's fine. It's not bad. It's just bad if we're trying to keep the podcast non-explicit.
Do you want me to read mean discords?
Mean discords? Is this a new section of the podcast?
No,
It's like
God
celebrity mean
no.
tweets, but
Oh
it's
no.
so rare users. I mean, so rare users feel like the majority of people that talk about so rare that are going out of their way to talk about so rare in the Discord right now are going to be mad because the site's crashed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't even know if we want to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
just
it's
need to
probably not
relax.
good.
It's just a game. That's what someone said, and then everyone's
Why you
giving
have to
that
be mad?
person crap. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. But someone said rightly, why the F am I able to buy players, but I can't set my teams? So
That is a valid
Yeah.
question.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's Andrew's Wi-Fi because it seems that he has frozen.
Oh
Maybe it's
no!
been him all along. Maybe he's
Maybe
crashed the host server and it's been him. It looks like he's frozen. Is he frozen on your screen too?
he is.
All right.
The should we be
Maybe So Rare
concerned that?
crashed his Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
He's
he's back.
let's
You
go.
crashed, Andrew. You
I
crashed for a
know. I
solid
know.
60
I
seconds
was
there.
I was telling So Rare that
Oh, you were
I
swearing.
was
Did you just
becoming
pause
So
your
Rare.
screen and you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
read?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I
That's
saved us
smart.
from getting some bad labels there,
Okay,
guys.
there we go.
That's very
Good
smart.
thinking. Guys, quick thinking.
You got it.
Oh gosh. Jeez, what a start, honestly.
Bad start for So Rare. Bad start for So Rare.
Yeah. Hey, my lineup's already set, so I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
That's magic.
Nash, your
That's
lineup
magic.
set?
You got it. They are
Let's
set
go.
indeed.
I
Wow.
think my dog just farted.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
terrible.
job, dog. I shouldn't have let you in this room.
Oh.
On that note, we've already started talking about So Rare because first and foremost, we haven't had a So Rare episode, So Rare heavy episode in a long time, which is fine. That's kind of what we were aiming for in season 2 of the podcast. But we got some big boy news regarding So Rare MLB this past week. So it's about time that we talk about baseball. We talk about So Rare MLB. And I'm not wearing my hat right now. I should be wearing it. But in
Oh.
fact, none of us are. What the heck?
Nope.
But we decided that it's time. Baseball starts. Baseball starts in 17 days.
Let's
Or
go.
sorry, 16 days as of
Yeah,
Let's
recording this.
go.
There
there's the
is
early
That's
the
series.
awesome.
Korean series coming on March 20th and 21st. Not gonna count for So Rare. It's just gonna be baseball, which is fine because that's what we're here for. Is the baseball, right? Not the So Rare.
Sometimes.
A little bit of
Sometimes
both. A
not.
little bit of both.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, we will see baseball in action in 16 days, and then I want to say the 28th is the first day of the actual season. It's in the article. It's in the Sorare MLB article about when all this stuff is being released and stuff. So, boys, we got the news. Are we scratching that itch yet, or are we still waiting? It's still for So Rare to start for MLB. It's still 24 more days. In fact, yeah, 24 more days is till when the Brewers play as well. So, is that itch being scratched yet? Or are we still like it's so close yet so far away? How are we feeling? Anybody? Nash, how are you feeling?
Um, I think the itch is it's almost ready to be scratched. It's not quite. It's you feel it. It's annoying, but you're not like dying to scratch at it. That's where I'm at. We've talked about this already, but this is one of my favorite times of the year for the MLB, and it just gets better and better throughout the month of May or May. What am I saying? Throughout the month of March, leading up to the first games coming up in a couple weeks and then into everyone else playing a week after that. So we're definitely getting there. There's been a lot of hype coming out of spring training, which may be included later in the episode. We might talk about that a little bit. Um, but yeah, I'm buying in, but not fully bought in yet. We'll say that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So was your question more of a sober question or a baseball question? Because I got answers for both.
More of a So Rare question.
Okay.
We've already talked
Right.
baseball.
Yeah.
But we got the big So Rare announcement, and that
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I can open up the app right now unless it's not working, unless the site's crashed and then it's not going to work.
I'm
But
sure
let's
baseball's
see.
actually. I'm sure the
No, it's still
baseball's.
there. It
There we
still
go.
says quiet time, and I'm ready for that quiet time to stop.
Maybe it'll
I'm ready
never
for it to
stop.
be loud time.
Loud time.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, let's hear it for both.
So I'll start with So Rare, since I think we've kind of talked regular baseball. Oh, I guess I'll say for regular baseball, of course, I'm excited. Although I'm gonna admit a little boomer. I don't know how to watch spring training, so I'm not as excited as I am. I'm like, this is Josh. You're talking about how this is the most exciting portion of the year. I disagree because I can't even watch it. Like, it's like knowing it's actually the worst. It's like knowing there's something going on, but you can't. It'd be like if the NBA played their bubble games, but you couldn't actually watch them. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like the Bucks beat the Heat. Awesome. I can't watch a single minute of this. That's not very fun as a fan. Um, so I will live with the highlights a little bit, but come on, man. I slow times during the day. I want to throw on some baseball and
Mhm.
like just but I can't watch. So that's all I'll say about that. In terms of So Rare, we've talked a little bit on this podcast using the big H word, homogenization of the games across
Bring it
them.
back.
And what we saw in football this year was the switch to cash tournaments, but you have to have new cards to win cash. So previously with So Rare, you could buy cards, hold them indefinitely, and just keep earning cash from them. And So Rare realized that's a terrible business model. People are giving them money in year one, and then they're literally paying them every single day or sometimes twice a week for indefinite periods. And that is not a sustainable way for them to make money. Um, and so what they switched to in football is you have to have new cards that you paid for in order to win this year's cash prize. And MLB is going to be the exact same way.
Not yet technically. It's starting in August, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So soccer, they're rolling it out in
Yes.
August.
Yeah.
MLB, they gave us the announcement in early or like a week ago, and yes, that is coming for this season. So yes, for baseball, there it's exactly the same, but we are actually getting it sooner than football, or actually probably around the same time. But you know, to win cash, you can't buy any of the cards right now as we're recording this on March 4th. Those are coming on March 7th. But guys, like, what do you think? Are the prizes juicy? Are they, you know, what do you think about the or anything I guess I glossed over with that?
No, I think you nailed it spot on. Um, yeah, I think the prizes are about what you could ask for. I think it's kind of it makes sense. I don't know what was the general reaction to the football update announcing this. Like a lot of people were like, "What? So my previous season's cards are now worthless." And that's not technically true. Your previous season cards can still be used to win cards. They can be used to win the new season cards. And obviously you can't win cash right away until you win an entire team or start buying new cards. But those cards, if you want to play So Rare solely for money, you can still sell those cards for money.
Exactly.
So, sure, it's a bit harder to sell the cards on the market, but you can undercut those low prices and people will be on that no matter who your player is. If it's a tier 5 all the way down to a tier 1. So, I think this is a good step for So Rare in general, and especially So Rare MLB in general, to do this sort of thing. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's starting the first week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You don't need all of them. I think they're
It's a
relaxing the
modified
requirement.
version.
Yes,
Yep.
Yeah.
for 10 weeks or no, 8 weeks, 10
8
weeks.
Right.
weeks. First 8
For
weeks.
10 weeks, 10
But I
game
think it's
weeks.
I
Sorry.
think it's
So,
5 and then it goes to 6. So they're relaxing
mhm.
it,
Just
For
but
limited,
it's
for limited.
and I think for rare too.
Yeah, they go up for limited, it goes from 5 to 6. From rare, it goes from 4 to 5. From super rare, it
Oh,
goes from
okay.
2 to 4. And from unique, it goes from 1 to 4. But
Oh,
that's for the champion tournament. They're calling it champion, by the way. So homogenization, Nosh, how do we feel about that? It's called champion.
it's back, baby.
It's
Our
back,
weekly
baby.
segment is back.
Oh, baby.
yeah.
So MLB, but then they still have not
Classic.
champion too. Classic.
Yep. And
Which
pro.
is a
And
new
pro.
And
classic is a
yeah,
new word.
yeah. It's a
Can't be
new
doing that.
word.
You can't be doing that.
It's a new word. What about the Midsummer Classic?
It's
Like
true.
There's
the
too
I
many
guess
words.
it makes
like
sense.
the All-Star game. Yeah. But
But
no,
Jacob,
I reward boxes too. Correct me again if I'm wrong. I believe those are going to be only for special competitions. I
I
don't
think so.
know. I mean, we will see. Maybe top X% get uh, a card, and then the next X% get a reward box, which could be coins or a boost. Or remember, like the club shop exists in MLB. That's something that we don't have in MLB in NBA that we've kind of forgotten about for the
True.
American sports side is so rare. So there will be club shop incentives too that we will be seeing. So I don't know. We'll see. But overall, I think it's a good update. It's probably what we should have expected too, considering the football update that we just got. So, yeah, Nash, what do you think?
Yeah. Uh I think it's a good update as well. I think one thing that I am curious to see how it's rolled out is they like to put these big shiny things in front of you. For example, on this one it says $1 million in cash and ether rewards, which is very an intriguing number to everybody reading the article. But I'm curious as to how that actually looks and how that's rolled out.
Yes. Yes.
There's not
Yes.
any specifics as to how
No.
that's the $1 million is spread out over competitions and over the year. So I'm very curious what that actually looks like. $1 million is a fun number to throw around. It sounds amazing. It looks amazing, but I can't in my head visualize how far that actually goes. It's a very long season. There's a lot of competitions. I'm assuming unique is going to pay out way more, then it's going to pay out super rare, then it's going to pay out rare, then it's going to pay out limited. So I'm curious as to what these kind of payments are going to actually look like on a more individual and competition basis. But other than that, everything again, like you said, it's kind of expected. It makes sense based on everything that's happened in the other sports and with baseball as well. I think all the updates make sense and they're doing kind of what they should be in a way, what's expected. But it's all good things.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Josh, and that's what I was going to bring up. They did not give that much clarity on what the prize pools are actually going to be. So if you are sitting there, and the thing is, like, I would actually do the math on this. If I thought, based on what the prize pool was going to be, that I could build a rare team or a limited team and essentially pay it back based on my scouting or based on my knowledge of baseball, I would go in on a team day one. Easy send. If I think that there's a return possibility, I don't know that. You really can't do that right now without guessing. Um, I did some quick math on the Prem, and they give out about 50K in prizes for that every single game week across all of the scarcities. If you multiply that by 30 weeks, so there's 38 game weeks. Let's say they don't have some, maybe some midweeks where they don't do it. That's $1.5 million. So
Hmm.
I don't know. So maybe the prize pools look similar to that.
That's just
Granted,
the Prem,
baseball's
though.
right.
Correct.
That's just the Prem.
Okay.
Um, so
But the MLB is just one league. It's not like,
right,
yeah.
right. Because
Hmm.
I know the season goes on for what, like 9 months, or
It's
the
like
regular season is,
8-ish months.
yeah,
The baseball season, you mean?
yeah. So the baseball
It's
season is
it's
about 30
March to
weeks.
October, yeah.
If you count regular season, just that. So yeah, so
March
honestly,
to
the
September.
the prem might be a pretty big or pretty decent comp to that. But yeah, I think for me, I would be uh, very eager to buy new cards. But the thing that might hold me back is I don't know what the prize pools are actually going to be, and so I don't want to overpay on something that I might not be able to make back if I'm just looking at it from an investment perspective. And maybe is that wrong? Like, do you guys think, like, is that a like, how are you guys thinking about the game? Like, is it kind of like a buy-in now where you're playing like a tournament, and you have prizes, but you need to put a little stake in the game, kind of like a poker tournament?
Yeah, I feel like me personally, I mean, I've been saving a bit up for MLB. Not a crazy amount, but I think I have like, let's see. I mean, ETH is way through the moon right now.
ETH is
So I feel
going
like,
crazy.
yeah, I feel like I have like almost $50 for MLB. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe once the market calms down a little bit, invest that in some new cards and then try and win some new cards with the older competitions. I don't think I'll be entering champion the first few weeks or even
Yeah.
the first 10 weeks when they have that requirement lifted. Um so I could see myself doing both, but I don't think I'm going to be buying a full 2024 team before March 28th. In fact, I can tell you right now that I won't be. So I'm taking it kind of from like I'm taking it slowly, I guess. I'm not against the update at all. This is not me saying I'm against the update. I'm not against the minting going back down. I'm not against them ending. In fact, as of today, they're stopping the minting of
Yeah. No
2023
option.
cards as of today when we were recording this.
That's why the site crashed.
No, I'm not. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's why it
seriously.
crashed.
Makes
So,
sense.
not mad about
Uh,
any of that. I'm just saying I probably won't be hitting up that champion competition anytime soon.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. It's kind of Andrew, going back a little bit to your point, it's hard to plan for something like this when you're not necessarily confident that you can make your money back at least as quickly as you might want to. Um, I think it'd be, if you had a little more knowledge into that aspect, it would be easier to invest now, knowing that you can make your money back later on. Obviously, you can. The specifics of that aren't necessarily as clear. Looking back on last year, there was 52 regular season game weeks, not including the playoffs. So
Wow.
if you do the quick math, $1 million over 52 game weeks is about 20,000 per game week. So spread out over four competitions, you can kind of do some quick math in your head there, but it's not a threshold competition. It's you're gonna have to place high to win these cash rewards. On top of that, have the new season cards. So you're gonna have to pay out to kind of be where you want to be in these competitions. So it's hard to say A, how expensive that's gonna look in terms of the new cards being minted, and B, what that's going to give you in return once these cash rewards start coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Josh, like if they were to make it crystal clear, let's say John tomorrow posts in Discord, these are the prize pools for every game week for the entire MLB season. You're looking at that and you're seeing, okay, if we use your math, let's say limited is paying $5,000 a game week, so about 50 game weeks. Um, that's a decent amount of money. 250,000, I think, would be the number. Granted, obviously, you're not going to win all of that. You could look and divide that or the prize pool amount by the number of cards. Obviously, would you be tempted to, you know, obviously, not everyone would be able to pay their cards off, and that's kind of like the risk thing. I think I heard somebody compare it to poker, and I think it kind of is a similar way where we all show up and we put in our $10 and somebody walks away with 30, two people walk away with zero, and maybe somewhere in between. Maybe it's not that stark of losing it all. But would you be interested in that kind of game?
I mean,
Um,
that's fantasy sports, baby.
yeah, I think it's already
That's
set
true.
up kind of
Yeah,
in that
that's
way.
true.
Yeah. I think if they came out tomorrow and gave me a breakdown of every week going into the season, I think I would, based on the math, I think I would actually look a little more at the new cards. Again, the other side of it is how much of a tax are you paying on these new cards because they're new cards. I
Right.
don't think I'd want to be paying 3x to get these new cards right away, to plan ahead in that sense. But if they were what I would think to be a good price, then I think I would be more inclined to buying a few new cards earlier on. Um, that being said, I also feel good about my lineups going into the season, about winning new season cards as rewards, as opposed to having to buy six new limited cards to compete in champion. So there's that other aspect of it too, where I don't necessarily feel like I need to win like six new cards in order to compete, but don't want to, it might be like a half and half kind of situation where I win three, I buy three, or however it plays out.
Yeah. Um,
I think I would probably going in. I think I'll probably buy a few and then use the cards that I would hopefully turn my classic into new cards and use those as depth pieces. So rather than try to expect my whole team to come from rewards, which would be fantastic, I'll probably pick up some brewers that haven't been minted before, or maybe just a couple new season guys. Maybe make a little brewer stack, and I don't know how expensive they'll be. We'll see. But of course, like if I look at the prices are just astronomical. Like I don't know, they're selling through the roof, and it doesn't make any sense. I'll stay away, but yeah, it's really who knows what the market is going to look like when those first new cards are dropped.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
all right, I'd like to correct myself from earlier. So it's a very little section in the article. It's only one paragraph. It's only a few sentences even. But it's All-Star Pro and American National League competitions. And those are the competitions that we're used to. And it says, I'm just going to read it because it's so short. All-Star Pro and American/National League competitions will remain, largely unchanged, but the reward system will be adjusted to accommodate the new champion competitions. For these competitions, managers can use pro cards from any season, similar to prior seasons. In these competitions, managers can win reward boxes, which will contain in-season cards and other rewards. So it sounds like boxes are going to be a mainstay in All-Star and Pro and the AL and NL competitions too. It's not just the special competitions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is
So
cool.
we will see.
Although, are we a fan of the discount that you can get?
The market discount?
The market discount? Andrew, are you a fan?
If you're going to be buying new cards, why not?
That's a very good point. I've been winning them in NBA. Although I'll tell you, I have no idea how to see which ones I have. I have no idea where that is. Like, I know I've won some. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
same.
You have won 25% credits up to $12 on NBA
Ooh.
auctions. Okay, wait, so
Up
okay,
to
also did they stack?
$12.
I don't know. I swear to God, when I looked, it was not $12. This is actually intriguing. So I'm
Wow.
glad we're looking together. But no, it's very funny how I kind of haven't been paying attention to those that I've won, honestly. But maybe I should.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got some more quick math for you here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
So
do
I
it.
just looked at the football side of Sorare. Again, assuming we stay homogenous because that's what we want to do. That's how Sorare rolls. The lowest tier of payout for threshold in each competition is as follows: $2 for limited, 15 for rare, 60 for super rare, and 150 for unique. So if we're going based off of those payouts, unique is gonna get, let's say, how much X of that. So 150 out of, they're getting majority of that payout for that game week. So I think it's gonna, I don't know how similar it's gonna be. That's 2/3 of the payout for that competition. If you're taking, again, the math isn't probably that great, but it's just quick math on the fly.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that.
so if we're rolling out 20K a game week for baseball, um, we could probably assume that a good 12K of that or more is going to go to unique competitions, correct?
So I'll stop you there. I think the Prem is a better comp for that.
Okay.
So Rare gets 20K out of that 50K I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Limited is
Okay.
13. Unique is 7 or 7.5. Um, Granted though, that 7.5, there were how many entrants?
Way less
Like
people.
there were like
Right.
50 people entering. So the
Right.
prize per person is the highest at unique. And I think that's what we're going to see in MLB too. But I think and you know what? I'll buy a pitchfork today. If Unique is
Uh-oh.
getting 2/3 of the MLB prize pool, damn it, I'm not buying MLB cards. I'm buying a pitchfork, man. I'm coming. I'm coming.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't make
yeah.
sense to compare to thresholds because thresholds are their own unique thing. Um,
That
I'm thinking, I guess,
Maybe you
more.
don't know. You could be
That's
right.
true.
That's the thing. You
That's
could
true.
be absolutely right.
That's why I wish we knew. That would be
Yeah,
very helpful.
right. We have no like on Thursday or Friday when the new cards drop. We don't like because like Josh could be right. As you could also look at the prem and say that's what the prize allocation is going to be. We have no clue. So when I'm buying my one of Brewers on Thursday, probably gonna be paying way too much for him.
I mean, even still, let's say they put, let's say they stick with majority going to limited and rare, since the more people play it, the more money it gets, makes sense, right? So out of 20K, let's just throw out, let's say 8K for rare and let's just go even. Let's say 7K for limited, that's 15.
Yep.
Then 3K for super rare in 2K. It goes fast when you're trying to
it
divvy it
does.
up.
It does.
So
it
it's
does.
again, $1 million is a beautiful number. It sounds amazing. It's a great like eye catcher. But when you really start to break it down, it doesn't stretch as far as you'd think. So that's why I'm just super curious to see, am I gonna have to place in the top 10 to get a payment, the top 50, the top 100? And is it gonna be like Sandlot where I'm getting $1? Or like what are we looking at here? So I'm extremely curious to see what exactly it looks like.
Good take. I like it.
I had to throw in Sandlot to spur everybody's
Guys,
excitement.
they nerfed
Yeah.
it too. They made Sandlot even worse. Did you see that?
No.
No, they
Did you know
can't.
what the top prize in Sandlot is right now?
What
I
is
don't
it?
want to know.
Like
I think it's
$10?
I think it's $20.
What the heck?
First place.
It's $10. No, I'm wrong. It's 10.
It's 10.
It's 10.
No.
Oh my God.
Sandlot.
Rip. Rip Sandlot, dude.
If you're gonna give out $63, why are they having it? That's
Yeah,
so
right.
stupid.
See,
Like,
but okay, that $1 million, but some of that is getting allocated elsewhere too, correct?
Dude, that should be common only.
yeah,
$63.
absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah, that could be the limited prize pool. You never know. They could just be like uniques. Here you go. Here's 13K. And
Yeah.
limited, you get $63. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. No chance. But imagine.
I get my pitchfork. I'm ready.
Yeah. You better go and buy it. But we did
I will
miss what's
go
up?
ahead. I will give them credit
You
too
go.
for saying at least $1 million.
Ooh.
So they left the door open to grow upon said number. But we'll see there.
So they did announce one special competition, which is U25. Pretty sure we all called that.
We did.
Sure did.
25.
We did.
Mhm.
I think we said the exact
So-
age too.
Oh
I
yeah.
think John
Oh,
listens to
100%.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't do U23 in baseball. It's just not possible unless you're the
Right.
Brewers or the Orioles. And even the Orioles are getting old, apparently.
True. Or
True.
Juan Soto.
Because, yeah, apparently the Orioles, or apparently 23 is old in baseball, even though now we are all older than that.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes.
U25 competition. I know I have a few players. I don't know if I could field a full team. I could come close. So that'll be fun. We'll see what happens with that. It's not going to come out the first game week, of course, obviously. But I think, in fact, they did. They also announced that the collection game is live, so that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool that it'll be available right when the new cards are available, and we'll see those bonuses start to pop up immediately once the season starts. But something that they did have a little, in fact, this was even a longer section than the one that we just did, the All-Star and Pro section, which is crazy. That's that's their main game mode still. That's going to be their main game mode for a bit, is the All-Star and Pro competition. We got one paragraph about it. But anyways, Rivals, they talked about it. They didn't say it's not coming. They did say, this is quote, Rivals will not be immediately available for Sorare MLB, which is fine. I think it's totally fine. I'm not that perturbed by Rivals not being immediately available. But I will say the fact that they use the word immediately gives me hope that it will eventually be available. So what do you guys think about that? Rivals, Sorare MLB? Does it make sense?
I am cautiously optimistic because, as we've seen with Sorare in the past, they are not always the speediest on some things. So not having it initially makes me nervous that gives them the excuse to draw it out. I'd like to see it in baseball. I think it makes sense. I think it'd be fun to draft like daily teams. So it'd just be a once a day competition where you're picking players from that set of games throughout the day. And it's kind of like a DFS where you're just picking your one lineup for that day based on whoever's playing. I don't really know how they could do it another way, maybe like an NL and an AL version, but there are certain days where there's not enough games for that. So they'd kind of have to play around with what the actual competition would look like. But
Easy solution. You do series.
Ooh.
Uh,
Okay.
that's a good
Brewers
idea.
versus Cubs. Brewers versus Cubs. 3-game series. You set your lineup. All right, probable pitchers. Let's see who's pitching. I'll go with. I don't like. I don't know. I don't like Wade Miley against the Cubs because he used to be on the Cubs. Let's go with Freddie. But Freddie's average is a little bit higher, so I'll probably go with the lower reliever.
Hmm.
Like it could so easily work with series in MLB.
That's true. I didn't
Um,
think of it that way.
yeah,
I was thinking more like on between
it
days.
would have to differ, and then obviously you can't enter every series because there's arena tickets. But it would have to be different schedules than which Rivals is. It would be different schedules than the game weeks because
Right,
some series are like 4 games, some are 3, so
right.
some are 2.
But yeah, again, I think it makes perfect sense. I think baseball's set up very nicely for it. I think there's a lot more parity that could come from a Rivals game compared to football, where I could draft a Rivals lineup today for the Arsenal game, and I could pick all Arsenal players, and they'd score me 400 points because they crushed Sheffield. So I think it's a lot less predictable in baseball, which makes it that much more fun. Jacob, if you did it series wise, I think that'd make it even more entertaining to kind of set up your lineups for a whole series. But
Mm-hmm.
again, look how long it took to get collections. We just got collections. So I'm nervous that Rivals is going to fall to the wayside with all this new stuff happening in the game at the start of the season. And I don't want it at the All-Star break. I want it in the first month. And with them not putting it in immediately, it's hard to see that happening. And I don't want it to get dragged out like other things have in the past.
All right.
I hate to be your spoiler here, but I would say the All-Star game is a realistic expectation, if not after the All-Star game.
See, that's too long,
Um,
though. That's too long for
they
me.
they said, okay, they said, I again quote, our commitment to enriching the Solar MLB experience has never been stronger. However, our current is on delivering an exceptional Solar Pro experience across all sports. So they're focused on the MLB champion launch. They're still focused on SOAR NBA, and Rivals definitely won't be available at least until the end of the NBA season. At least. There's no chance it's coming out in the first month.
All
Just
right.
my opinion.
Two positives, guys.
Yes, let's end with some positives.
I'm playing devil's advocate. So
I'm closing
one,
out the article on my screen. Let's end with some positives.
if you go back through our podcast archives, you will definitely find a couple episodes where we have said on the record, I know I've said, man, Solar MLB gets so overlooked. Solar NBA gets all the fun stuff. MLB doesn't have anything. We are on the verge of Solar MLB having collections, having club shop, and having rivals, all before Solar NBA. So, favoritism, maybe the pendulum has shifted a little bit to baseball, which is awesome. Second, if the new season already brings a ton of hype, if Rivals was dropped alongside of that, yes, there would be excitement, but people are already excited just because baseball's back. If Rivals drops the second month of a baseball season, there's that hype again for Rivals, and it's more singular. So I trust the team. We'll see, but man, guys, Shore MLB might be the big winner long term. I mean, I don't know what you, my NBA gallery is gone like whoop, and my baseball gallery is gone whoop the directions.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. Very
And
true.
granted, they could totally reverse course and maybe both just go boop.
Yeah.
And for all you listening, I was pointing downwards.
Up and down, yeah. The second boop for the baseball was going up, and
Of course,
the
baseball to
first
the
one
moon.
was going down. But there we have it, the So Rare MLB episode. any last remarks? I think that was good to end with some positives. I'm excited. We're all excited.
Yes.
So Rare MLB is coming out. I mean, the MLB season is coming 16 days from recording this, 15 days
Crazy.
from uploading. So
Crazy.
it's 2 weeks basically. 2 weeks and
No
you just got to
way.
sleep for a day and it'll be back.
All right.
Easy.
I'll be like sleeping.
So, but before we end this podcast, season 2. We love season 2. It's been great so far. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a like on YouTube. Please give us a 5-star rating on Spotify.
6 stars.
But we gotta bring back our favorite segment. In fact, it's Nash's segment because he's the creator every week of our returning segment that we always end the show with. So let's get to it. Ride or fade, Nash. What we got this week?
All right, let's rock and roll. First off, before we start this, just want to say a huge shout out. We hit 1,000 subs on the YouTube channel. So first of all, shout out Jacob, who's been the main driver of that. And shout out to all of you for hitting that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's get right into Ride or
Ooh.
Fade.
I'm fading everything because I was so
right.
optimistic at the end of that.
Since this was a little more baseball, so rare MLB focused, this Ride or Fade is going to be a little more baseball focused. And we are starting off with, are you riding or fading the NL Central? Now, I screenshotted
Whoa.
the live odds of the
Wow.
current odds for the winner of the NL Central, and it's ugly. It is very ugly. This chart is very ugly. But Vegas has the Cardinals as the odds-on favorite to win the NL Central before the season started. Cubs are not far behind them, and then it's a crapshoot between the Reds, the Brewers, and the Pirates. But Vegas hates the Brewers. They think the Brewers are going to do terrible this year, and come in fourth, which is crazy to me. But yeah, the NL Central's trash. I'll be the first to admit it. It is one of the weaker divisions. I think it's hilarious that the NL and the AL divisions are the weakest. The Centrals, I mean,
Yes.
which is pretty funny to me. But I'm 100%. I'm fading the odds of the NL Central, and that's not even me being a homer. I just think it's crazy how the Cardinals had like one of the worst seasons in history last year, and then they're instantly favorites to win the NL Central. They didn't really do a lot this offseason. Neither did the Cubs. Signing Cody Bellinger doesn't make you the second favorite to win the division. I'm fading all of these odds.
So who do you think's
Yeah.
gonna win? Who do you think's
Who
gonna
do you
win?
think's
Josh?
gonna win?
I am sneaky going the Reds are going to win the Central.
That's
That's what I was
insane.
gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
Part of the
I
reason
think you
why
guys
is
are
because
both
I wouldn't be
insane.
upset by that.
I'm fading the Brewers at anything above like a plus 900, a 1 in 9 odds the Brewers win the Central is insane.
Yeah.
So if you bet $100 on that, you're winning what?
Not well. You'd win 9. You win
900.
You'd get net 8. Net 8.
You would net $800.
Yep.
The Brewers don't have a bad team. They just have a very young, unproven team. They made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
True. That is true.
The Cardinals are just a bunch of dinosaurs, and Chicago is just I don't even know. The wind blows a lot down here.
That being said, I could definitely see the Cardinals winning. I could see the Cubs winning. I could see any of the first 4 teams winning, and I think they're spot on about the Pirates.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
sorry,
think the Pirates do get kind of kicked to the curb here. It's just crazy to me that I think I'm surprised the Reds aren't a little bit higher, and I'm
Yeah.
surprised the Cardinals are as high as they are. I'll say that. Again,
Yep.
they had a terrible season last year. They haven't really changed a lot, and their average age it's got to be close to 30, if not in the 30s, because they're old. They're a very old team. So I'm not convinced on the Cardinals. I think if anybody, it's the Reds or the Cubs. Still not convinced on anybody, though, to be fair. Weird
Right.
division. It's a weird division.
So we're fading it, huh?
Yeah.
I think we are.
Oof.
It's garbage. It's garbage.
Unanimous fade. All right. We talked about this a little bit already, but this is a more specific point. Are you riding or fading spring training hype? Now, in parentheses, I put overhype because it's very common for people to just buy way too far into what's happening in spring training. I've seen this the last few years with the Brewers because the Brewers always seem to win a lot during the spring. And then everyone's like, oh, like you just won in spring. You're not that good. And now like Otani's hitting a home run every pitch, and the Dodgers are so good, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Dodgers, spring trading, Otani, he's amazing." And I'm questioning where the people are out there that were questioning the hype for other teams when it comes to teams like the Dodgers. So I'm 100% fading spring training hype. It means something, yes, but does it mean everything? Absolutely not. I'm
I
also
agree
just a
with
hater,
that,
apparently.
but if you have a hot spring training, it doesn't mean you're not gonna have a hot year.
That is true.
So, like
True.
Juan Soto, as of recording this, has already hit 3 home runs in spring training, and I think
Yankees.
4 or 5
Wow.
games max. So, is Juan Soto gonna hit 75 home runs this year and break Barry Bonds'
Yes,
record? Yes. Okay,
Yep.
then you should
because he's
ride
playing for the
spring training
Yankees.
hype.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
But in reality, he won't hit 75 home runs this year. But it's fun to watch. I will ride spring training, but I definitely agree that people, especially on social media nowadays, but what don't they get overworked up for? Yeah, I'll fade the overhype for sure.
I'm fading. Fading.
Or what's
Wow,
next?
look at us. Unanimous fades all around. It's crazy.
Fade God.
You designed this.
Hey, Soto hitting to a short porch in right field at Yankee Stadium. That's a scary combination.
Uh-oh.
Dodgers having leadoff Mookie Betts, Otani hitting 2, and Freddie Freeman hitting 3.
It's so
Bro, it's 3
stupid.
MVPs in a row. It's not fair. It's not
That's
fair.
so stupid.
It's
That's
not fair.
stupid.
3 MVPs in a row in the lineup is just bonkers. Okay. Anyways, are you are you riding or fading
Yes.
rec league sports? Now, this was a random picture that popped up on the internet. So, and I thought it
So
was
good.
absolutely
Who
incredible.
are these people?
I couldn't tell
A
you. I have no
random
idea.
picture.
No
Who's the
idea who they
lady?
are.
What sport are they even playing?
It's got to be
Basketball.
basketball.
Are you sure
Basketball.
it's just a
It could be
basketball
dodge. It could
court?
be dodgeable. It
Yeah,
could be
Could be
it could be
dodgeball.
like
dodgeball.
dodgeball.
Could
I
be
could
Could be
see
dodgeball.
that.
pickleball.
Is that a state
They're wearing
flag?
basketball shoes.
I think.
I don't know.
Man, there's a
I don't
lot
know
of
where they
flags
are.
over
Yeah, it
there.
I don't
might
know.
be.
I couldn't tell
Who
you.
knows?
I think that's a
Um,
main
I'd like to
station.
shout out this guy. He was probably the MVP of the team, and he got booted out of the photo.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to my
I
short
nailed
kings
it.
out
It's
there.
mean. It's
It's
mean.
Wow.
mean. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I think.
Um,
Yeah, that looks like it. Looks like it.
there you go. I am 100% riding rec league sports. I love rec league sports.
Yes.
I think a lot of people still have that competitive burn inside of them, but they've nowhere to let it out because they're not playing competitive sports anymore, organized competitive sports. So, rec league sports are a beautiful thing for that, and I'm 100% riding them.
I agree. I used to work rec sports, so I have to. I have to ride.
I think as the most active member in rec sports, I gotta say I'm fading. No, no, no.
Oh,
No,
hot take. He hates
no.
the sports that he plays.
No, it's very fun. It's very fun. Very frustrating though. The more you
Very
take
true.
it seriously, the more frustrating it gets.
Andrew's fading the Brads and Chads he plays against in
It's true.
softball.
No, I tell you guys, the soccer boys were, I mean,
They're the
Soccer
worst.
is brutal.
what you don't realize, soccer is a contact sport. It's very like it's people tackle. People
Yes.
get up in your business.
Yes.
growing up playing baseball's just a bunch of softies. I think baseball, they trance around in a field with their tight little pants and like, yeah, they're soft. You know, maybe a ball hits them or something, but I don't know, soccer guys, those are some real athletes.
Mhm.
Oh God. Oh, that's funny. All right. Last but not least. Now, this is not a particular food item, but maybe the classification of said food item. Are you riding or fading hot dogs as sandwiches? Now,
Ha!
again, I think this graphic is hilarious. But I am fading hot dogs as sandwiches. They are not sandwiches. They are their own unique thing. They are just hot dogs. That's it. They don't need to be
Okay.
classified. They're their own unique thing.
Is it because of the bun or because of the dog?
I think I think it's a little bit of I think it's the bun
It's the bun?
because it's not it's tough to say. I'm saying it's its own unique thing.
Okay. I don't know. This one's tough.
Maybe I'm not convinced. I could be convinced either way.
Oh,
Is a
he's undetermined.
is a burrito a sandwich?
Nah.
No, it's a wrap.
And wraps are not sandwiches. Yeah. Now, a hot dog is meat between a slice of bread. If you cut a hot dog in half and
Oh
put it
God.
between two slices of Wonder Bread, is that a sandwich?
Yes.
I would say yes. So I think your argument is that how you eat it and like how it's put together,
Hmm.
not how you eat it, like how the actual thing is put together. You know, you're right. I think I'm fading with you. I think I'm
So
fading it.
is an open-faced sandwich a sandwich?
It has sandwich in the
Yes,
name,
because
sure.
you eat it. You eat it. Are you saying are you saying one that you cut or one that you put the bun back on and then eat it?
I'm
Because
saying, okay, I'm gonna weave
This is a
in
bad
another
question.
one of our segments. I'm saying we all go to Cracker Barrel and
Oh,
we
there we
get
go.
one of their briskets on some Texas toast. It's served on top of each other. There ain't no top Texas toast. Is that a sandwich?
no,
No.
it's a dish.
I
What if they
think
call it an
open
open
face
face?
sandwich is a silly name. I feel like a
Yeah, because the
sandwich you need to
sandwich has to
like
be
you gotta
closed.
pick it up.
Yeah.
What if a
You're not
sandwich is so
cutting a
hefty you
sandwich.
can't pick it up? Then does it cease to become a sandwich?
Yeah, then it's just a glob of food.
Yeah.
If you can't
Then it's
pick
like a
it up,
bowl.
what
Yeah.
food can you not pick up? If it's
Wait,
super messy, then
wait.
it
Yeah.
can't be a sandwich.
Is a lobster roll a sandwich?
Ooh. Wow, you're
That's a
just so
roll.
Because
rich. You're just
you could
talking
pick
about
up
lobster
Nah,
rolls.
that's a roll.
It's a roll. Guys,
I don't
this
know.
is
I'm
extremely
fading. I'm
controversial.
fading. I'm fading.
Is water wet?
Final answer.
guys, if we can wrap our heads around what Sorare calls their competitions, I think we can wrap our heads around what a hot dog is. So, yes, a hot dog is a sandwich, and yes, I'm riding.
Is
Fade.
it a classic sandwich or a champion sandwich?
It's a pro sandwich,
It's a
actually.
pro sandwich.
Oh,
Duh.
oh gosh. That's terrible. That's way too controversial for this podcast.
We didn't swear though.
That
It's
is
true.
true.
You almost
Good
did at
on
the beginning.
us. Good on us.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Sober MLB is back. New cards are coming out soon. Old cards are donezo, kind of, except they're still valuable. But we're all very excited for it. We hope you are too. Again, thanks for all the support. We appreciate it. We appreciate you listening each and every week. We'll be back next week. Until then, you just attended batting practice. Now you're ready to get in the game. Peace.
Peace.